My life in week 23 since I turned 49, and I do this little project every week where I connect with somebody that I find fascinating or interesting or special. And this is somebody I don't know. I've never met him. I started following what he was doing online and went, he's making some real impact in our local community. He's doing great work. I want to know more about what he's doing, why he's doing it, and how we can help. So check out this guy making some real impact and helping those in need around us. I was really taken by his story. And if you connect with any of the things that he needs help with, if you can help him, I'll make sure everything's linked for you to do that. So week 23 of me connecting with people doing special things. And this is certainly a guy doing special things from a special place.
Sounds good.
This is Beau. This is the first time we've met, and you're somebody I started following, well, your passion project online. And from there, I sort of started reading some of your posts and I went, I want to know more. So let's start with, I would normally say what you do, but I want to start with your passion project. So tell me about Nourish Street and we'll go from there.
All right. So Nourish Street's a family initiative that's myself, my partner, and my 3 sons starting. And what we do is we feed roughly about 100 to 120 homeless 5 nights a week, supplying 500 meals a week, roughly.
Yeah, wow.
And we also supply camping equipment and things like that. It's started off as a family initiative, but it's really a community initiative. Because we're unfunded, we rely on the kindness of the community to donate to us. And we then turn donated food into meals. We also do food hampers, anything at all that we can give to those out there that are struggling, that are homeless, we do.
I think when I first started following your Facebook was somebody in one of the community groups and shared one of your posts looking for food donations. And then I started clicking through. I see that sometimes you're out delivering food at midnight.
Yeah, so I started my food delivery service at about 6:30 p.m.
Yep.
And it takes me between 4.5 and 5.5 hours to get around everyone. Because I stop off at everyone individually, which I think is quite important, rather than people coming up and asking for food, taking away their dignity, I offer it. So therefore, going around to everyone individually also allows that opportunity to, ask the important questions like, are you okay? Which I like to do every day rather than once a year.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
So big question for me is, why do you do that?
All right. So I guess at the beginning of all this, I'll start by telling you I was a meth addict for 25 years. About a year ago, I hit a rough bottom in my life where my partner had had enough of my antics and kicked me out, and I ended up homeless. I knew that meth is what had stuffed up my life. What comes up must come down. And I decided that I'd come off meth, and I come crashing down. And the crash was pretty heavy, and it had me pondering whether or not life was worth it. And I decided it wasn't. So I started to gas myself into my vehicle, and somehow the police stumbled on me and pulled me out of my car unconscious. And when I come to, I realized that I couldn't even accomplish that properly. And so I should try and go to rehab and get cleaned up. So I went to Moonya Rehab and did their 3-month program, and I haven't looked back. When I came out of rehab, my partner had, taken me back, and we were going for a drive along Redcliffe. And I noticed, roughly about 49 cars, tents, etc. With 1 to 2 people in each up along Redcliffe waterfront. And I didn't realize how bad the homeless situation got. And years prior, myself and my brother at Christmas time had done a bit of a drive around Redcliffe and delivered food hampers to about 20 people along there. So the amount of homelessness really increased. And I said to my partner, I said, this is disgusting. I said, need to help these people. I'm going to see what I can do. So I went on Facebook and I asked people if they wanted to help donate non-perishable goods that I could do a food hamper drop to them. And the response is really good. And so I did a big food drop to these people, and then the donations kept coming in. So I did another food donation drop to these people. And then someone donated some meat, and my partner goes, I'm going to have to cook some meals. So she cooked some meals, and that went down really well. And then from there, I sort of kept it going. And now it's turned into something massive where today I just picked up our second ute. So
Yeah,
we're going to start, well, we want to cut our delivery time down from 4.5 hours down to 2.25.
Yep.
And also expand to do more of Sandgate because there's quite a homeless population over there.
Yep. That's a massive turnaround for you. That's congratulations. I think that's impressive. And is what drives you to keep doing? Are you trying to help the other people you're delivering to turnaround?
Yeah, look, the way I see it is, had someone come up to me and offered me an ear to listen to and something to eat, maybe I wouldn't have got to that point where I was prepared to end it. Now, sometimes just being an ear, a problem shared is a problem halved. And sometimes just being an ear to some people can make all the difference. So that's the sort of the driving reason behind it. Since going out there and doing this, I've got 3 people now that go to rehab by sharing my story to them, which is a win. And I've had 3 other people say that if it wasn't for the work in Nourish Street, they don't think they'd be here today. So that's 6 lives that we've impacted by doing what we do.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, when I look back on my past and I think about all the negative stuff I've done to the world, it's good to be actually doing something positive for a change. And the benefits of helping people was massive. Really helps me with with my recovery as well. Now, being reasonably fresh out of it, I'm 11.75 months clean.
Okay.
Which is awesome.
And is a recovery an ongoing thing? Is it something that you've got to think about or be active on every day?
Look, for me, I guess I keep myself very entertained with this. I put in 16.5 hours a day, 5 days a week to it.
I think as I asked the question, I'm like, this is your recovery, isn't it?
This is my recovery.
Is your recovery.
Yeah, and it's good to be able to help other people. Look, I give up working full time so I can do this to help other people. So I give up an income. My partner works full time, which is how we get by.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty happy to put in the time. But it's one of these feasts that the more I feed it, the more it takes. And it's getting bigger than Ben Hur. The need out there is massive.
Before you did Nourish Street, what did you do? What was Beau during the day?
Well, for the last 4 years, I haven't been able to work because I've had 5 carpal tunnel surgeries. And I just had my last lot while I was in rehab. And the surgeons told me that I can't go back to my job as being a mechanical fitter welder because I just causing more damage to my hands. And I'm at the point now where I can't really feel my fingertips.
Okay.
So that left me with, what am I going to do with my life? And after coming out of rehab, I did want to do some sort of community service. I just wasn't sure what that was going to look like, whether it was going to be helping the elderly or drug and alcohol or something like that. And then this is just
created your own.
Yeah, created my own.
Yeah, that's
awesome. I mean, it's not a job that pays, but it's a job that's very rewarding.
That's awesome. We're sitting here at something called Nella's Gourmet
Tucker in Warnton.
Tell us about, when you said, let's meet here, I figured you might have a connection here. So tell me about this place and what they do and how it then helps you.
Okay, so Tony runs this place. It's a little cafe / carvery in Warnton. Tony helps us out by supplying us here at Nourish Street 100 hot meals a week. So it's really required because myself and my partner, we cook 300 meals a week.
Okay.
On top of it. And then we've got Nella's Gourmet Tucker that supply us with 100, and we've got an Indian chef that supplies us with 100. We also have Domino's here in Strathpine, which is tonight supplying us with 115 pizzas.
Oh, wow.
They do that once a month for us now.
Okay.
And we're soon going to have Nando's in North Lakes, which is going to start supplying us with 90 meals a fortnight.
Yep.
Like I said, this is really a family initiative that's now a community initiative. Because we're unfunded, we do rely on everyone in the community. And more and more community people starting to jump on board. And so it's really good to see community helping community.
And so to that end, what is it that people can do to help? And what type of help are you looking for?
Look, I guess donations of any sort of perishable or non-perishable food that we can make meals out of, that goes a long way. Camping equipment, anything that you go camping with. It's the sort of stuff that we need for people that are doing it rough out there. We don't have too many volunteering positions available, unfortunately. I've got to be really careful of people's safety out there.
Yep.
It's not always a hospitable environment. And because of drugs, alcohol, psychosis, mental illness, and everything else that comes with homelessness, I do unfortunately see a lot of assaults. It's not a place I can really put volunteers into. We are this year having a Christmas function, thanks to Tanya here at Nella's Gourmet Tucker. So we're going to be putting on Christmas dinner for our local homeless population. Not quite sure how big it's going to be yet, but I'm expecting probably around 100 people.
Yes.
So that's something massive. If anyone that wants to donate anything to that cause,
okay,
or to any sort of fundraising,
including presents.
including prisons.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm pretty new to this sort of thing, so I'm still trying to work it out as I go. But
Yep.
that's the rough gist of what we want to do. And if anyone has any great ideas on how they want to be part of it, I'm welcome to it.
And is there any types of businesses or brands you're trying to get the attention of at the moment? Have you got anything in mind that you're like, I just wish I can get some better help here? Or is there a food type that you're like, we're always chasing our tail on that one?
Yeah, actually, we are always chasing fresh meat. It's one of the
Okay.
hard things for us to get. Plastic Chinese containers is another thing that's quite difficult for us to get. Both those items alone cost us close on $1,000 a week.
Okay.
Fuel to run our vehicles is another one. It costs us around about $350 a week. Other than that, look, like I said, perishable, non-perishable food, because we do grocery hampers for the homeless people.
Yep.
And 100 bags of groceries is a hell of a lot of groceries.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about what the future looks like for let's start with Nourish Street. What do you plan to be doing, look like, feel like in a year or two?
Oh, look, I've got a dream. Whether it's going to take a year or two or take a lot longer is yet to be decided. Now, we are on our way to becoming a registered charity. We recently became an incorporated association, and we've put in our application to the ACNC to become a registered charity. When we do that, hopefully we can start getting some funding and some grants, which is going to make it a lot easier on the community, because, I understand there's tight times out there for everyone.
Yep.
So what I'd like Nourish Street to one day be is, maybe a piece of land with some donga type accommodation on it where people can come to feel safe. Yeah, they can stay for a night, a week, a month, 2 months. And it would be sort of like a temporary spot where they can come to be safe, but also have a hub there where people can access physical health, mental health, drug and alcohol, help, employment, agencies, a vet. A lot of them have pets, that sort of thing. So a one-stop shop, really.
Yeah, awesome. My next question still is, what about for Beau? What's, a year or two? But I think you can have your hands full, and that certainly grows into some type of full-time absolute activity for you then, doesn't it?
It already is. Yeah, it's already 16 hours a day.
Yeah.
I guess when it grows, hopefully, I can grow with it, and I can be sort of managing it more so than I still want to be out on the front line doing what I do.
Yep.
Because for me, it's really rewarding, and it's good seeing that we're making a difference out there. Eventually, it'd be nice when we're funded to have staff and really be making a difference out there on a grand scale. Not just be covering 8 suburbs, but maybe covering all of Brisbane, maybe all of Queensland eventually. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for chatting to me today.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
She's seen the positive change, and she's a big part of Nourish Street as well. In fact, I'd call her the backbone of it. She puts in so much work and effort, works full time, as well as cooks 300 meals a week in home. She's an absolute weapon.